could salvation really be free? That's what I wondered for many, many years. You know, friends, as I grew up in Arkansas on the shores of the Caddo River with the dogs chasing armadillos, I was reading my Bible a lot. And my parents were taking me to various churches. We'd go to church on Saturday. There were different churches that believe in worshiping on Saturday. Then we'd go to church on Sunday, and then I'd go to church, different prayer meetings and different youth groups and different youth camps. I tell you, by the time I was done, I was so confused. You ever been that way? My brother went to a church in Indianapolis or somewhere up near Chicago, actually, and he came back and he said, hey, I learned that salvation is by grace through faith, plus nothing. We don't have to do all these things in order to earn God's favor. And he told me, hey, listen, we've been sold a bill of goods. We've been told we have to call God by a certain name. I've got great parents, but, you know, like everybody's parents, they're confused about some stuff. So, my parents especially, because they got stuck in the Old Testament and they started thinking they needed to call God Yahweh, they needed to rest on Saturday. So my dad would literally go out to the main breaker and turn the power off for the house on Friday night at sundown, and it'd be off all day on Saturday. And so the normal refrigerator hum, you couldn't open the refrigerator on Saturday because it would let the cold air out because there wasn't any more cold air coming in. Your stuff would thaw in the freezer if you opened the freezers. You had to leave it shut. And the Feast of Passover would roll around and my dad would get the shovel and get all the yeast and out of the house and go bury it in the backyard. And that was a bummer because my mom made homemade bread all the time. It was the best part of my childhood. And there's no yeast for that whole week and no homemade bread. So we're eating this flat bread that we made. And look, my parents were trying to do that for so many years in order to earn God's favor. So could salvation really be free? They didn't understand it at the time. So when my brother came back from Chicago with this new, for us, idea, shiny out-of-the-box idea, like, hey, salvation is free and it doesn't cost anything. You don't have to do anything to earn it. Whole new concept for us, because everywhere I went to church taught me that there were all these extra things we had to do in order to earn God's favor. And boy, I was trying. I was on the treadmill and I was running hard. And I got worn out. Because the truth is, you can never reach that carrot that's hanging out there. If you are trying to earn heaven by something you're doing, just go check with the next religion. They'll have a different set of requirements, and pretty soon you'll wear yourself out trying to do those ones. And if you don't come back to the Word of God and recognize that it's free, you're going to be so discouraged, I think, like I was. And boy, I got discouraged. I'm going to pick up my story next time when I'm super, super discouraged at age 17, thinking that maybe it could be free, but scared to trust it. Tune in next time. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel.